That was a good speech, Ray. I like it. I like about Tony Robbins. Good stuff. Evaluators 2, Kimi, stand up please and tell the objectives to the second
Yes.
speaker.
David is working on project 2. It's select an appropriate outline which allows listeners to easily follow and understand your speech, make your message clear with supporting material directly contributing to that message, use appropriate transitions when moving from one idea to another, create a strong opening and conclusion, 5 to 7 minutes.
It's sports and money. Is there a parallel between the two? David believes so. Today he will attempt to highlight how the same instrumental component in sports is often to overlooked component in the world of finance. I introduce you David Wilson.
Defense, 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 defense. Do I have any sports fans in the room? Raise a hand. Yes. Oh, yes. That chant of defense makes everyone, the fans, but more importantly, the team, tune in with laser-like focus to keep the other opponent from scoring a goal on them. When it comes to finances, are we that excited? Or are we, I'm sorry, what was I talking about? Oh yes, protection and defense with finances. It's a very boring subject when you come to talk about that in the financial world. However, it's so very important. So we want to focus on today 3 points. Protecting first, fully, and forever. We start with our first example, Iron Mike Tyson.
Many of you know him as the guy with the high-pitched voice, the lisp, and the loquacious speaking when he does his interviews.
But more importantly, Mike Tyson was known for his one-hitter quitter, that knockout punch, in which he was able to deliver a blow to knock out an opponent in the first couple rounds. With jaw-jawing jabs and hellacious hooks, he seemed almost indestructible. Until one fateful night, on February the 11th, 1990, when he faced Buster Douglas. Let me tell you something. Mike Tyson was scheduled to fight Evander Holyfield a few months down the line. That was the big ticket. Buster Douglas had been beaten 4 times. As a matter of fact, his last fight, he all but quit on his opponent. So Mike Tyson was looking on to the next guy and decided to use his offensive barrage as his leading point. So he came out first, throwing those jabs, throwing those uppercuts, throwing those hooks. But Buster didn't go down. As a matter of fact, because he focused on his offensive barrage, he took numerous punches from Buster Douglas. As a matter of fact, for 10 rounds, he took those punches until he was finally knocked out. I ask you, when it comes to your finances, what do you consider first? Are you trying to build your investments up to the sky? Are you focused on your wealth and what you can achieve, that big pile of money, when in the blink of an eye, it could all be gone? By a premature death, by a lawsuit, by a disability that has you out for years, a flood, a hurricane. What are you focusing on first? We move on to the San Antonio Spurs. I hate the San Antonio Spurs. I mean, hate those guys because they're so good. In the realm of basketball, they're widely regarded as one of the best defensive teams. As a matter of fact, for 2 decades, since 1999, they've been in the top 10 defensively. During that time, they won 6 championships. What makes them so good defensively? In all 5 positions on the floor, everyone's on the same page. Everyone is focused on having solid, fundamental defense, playing his role, doing his job. How does that translate to us financially? Are we fully protected? Are we okay? Are we satisfied with having just 3/4 of a home if something was to happen to it? Are we okay with 75% of a car if we get in an accident and want it replaced? Are we okay with half of our income being given back to us if we're out for an extended period of time? Oh, if you ask me, no, not at all. I want 100%. So again, protect first and then protect fully. Last, we look at the game of hockey. It's not my favorite sport, but I do find it intriguing. There's always 6 players on the ice. There's 5 on offense and 1 on defense. During the whole game, there's somebody guarding a goal. In certain occasions, there comes a time in which a team may get down in points. And during that time, they have to make a decision of how they're going to score more points. So, in occasions, they will take their goalie off of the ice and add another offensive player, leaving their goal completely exposed. Sometimes this works, oftentimes it doesn't. What's the parallel? When does it make sense to remove your protection off of your finances? Do you remove it at the point when it's most critical, or do you remove it in retirement? Do you remove it because you don't have anything that you feel needs to be protected? I say to you, nay, at all times, protect that which you've earned, that you've worked so hard and diligently for. Protecting first, protecting fully, and protecting forever. So I conclude. I ask of you, I beg of you, take in consideration protecting yourself. What are the 3 F's of protecting yourself first, fully, and forever? Not falling asleep on that. As my colleague Randy Ellington said to me one day, there's nothing worth protecting, there's nothing worth acquiring that isn't worth protecting. Thank you.
Thank you very much, David. What a good energy, huh? I like that. Very good. Please, Jeremy, give the objections to the 3rd evaluator, Marvin.
I was being too loquacious this morning and not paying attention to the fact I should probably grab a manual. Which project are we doing?
Well, actually, I finished the CC.
Oh, you're done
I'll
with the
do it.
CC?
Yes, but it's more along the lines of Project 9.
Project 9.
Yes.
So we are going to start a new CC, and in that vein, he likes to start ahead with Project 9, Persuade with Power. And the objectives are to persuade listeners to adopt your viewpoint or ideas or take some action, appeal to the audience's interests, use logic and emotion to support your position, avoid using notes, and will you need 5 to 7 minutes, Marvin?
Yes.
5 to 7 minutes on that as well. Good luck, kiddo.
Thank you, Jeremy. Our next speaker was on a hiatus from the club for a few months. He's back and ready to speak. This is not a speech from Emmanuel. He's practicing a speech about why he should be a part of a company's leadership.